Okay, let's do some electronic structures. First question, this is a boron atom, so we're told, and we have to complete the electronic structure. So, look at your periodic table which you've been provided with, and you will see that boron is 11,5, which means it's got 5 protons and 11 protons and neutrons. It therefore has 11 minus 5, it has 6 neutrons. Now, this is a boron atom by itself, and when they're by themselves to complete electronic structures, it has the same number of electrons as protons, which means it's got 5 electrons. So, we've worked that out, it's got 5 electrons. Where do they go? The shells fill up in the order 2, 8, 8, 2. That means maximum of 2 electrons in the first shell, maximum of 8 in the next shell, 8 in the next shell and 2 in the fourth shell. For GCSE, you don't need to know further than that. That adds up to 20. That's the first 20 elements. You don't need to know more than that. Anyway, so we've got 5 electrons to deal with. So let's go. First shell is a maximum of 2. So 1, 2. Okay, that's 2 of the 5 dealt with. Moving on, maximum of 8. So the remaining 3 are all going to fit in this shell. So 1, 2, 3, like so. That's it. Those are how the 5 electrons of an isolated boron atom are drawn. Okay, what's the next question? They've told us that this funny little thing in the middle, they've labelled it Z, okay? They want to know what is Z. That is the nucleus of the atom. Okay? Right, next bit. Name the subatomic particles in Z and give their relative charges. The subatomic particles that exist in the nucleus are protons and neutrons. Okay? The protons and neutrons exist in the nucleus, and the electrons exist in shells around the nucleus like that. And their relative charges are this. Protons have a relative charge of +1. Neutrons are uncharged. They have a relative charge of 0. So that answers the question, but just for completeness, just to make sure you know, these electrons, okay, they have a relative charge of -1. So for this boron atom, which has the same number of protons as electrons, 5 each, total proton charge from the protons is +5 because there's 5 of them. Total charge from the electrons is -5 because there's 5 of them. So the overall charge is 0. And the neutrons don't contribute any charge. Okay. Right. They've given us this drawing of a neon atom, which they've drawn like this, and they've told us it's not correct. Okay? And we have to say what's wrong with it for 3 marks. Well, they've told us it's neon. Okay? So, again, look at your periodic table and you will see that neon is 20, 10. Okay? So, there are 10 protons in the nucleus. There are 20 minus 10, which equals 10 neutrons. And therefore, there are 10 electrons. in the correct version. So why don't we draw the correct version? Okay. Again, it's going to fill up in the order 2882 from the inside to the out. And we've worked out we've got 10 electrons. So 1, 2, and work around in a circle like this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's the correct version, and that's what they gave us. It's the wrong version. So we've got to extract 3 marks from this question. We've got to find 3 things that's wrong with that. Well, should I do it? Firstly, there should be 2 electrons in the inner shell, not 8. Okay, so 2 electrons, not 8 in the inner shell. I'll let you write that. Okay? Second, there should be 8 electrons in the next shell, where they've only got 1. There should be 8 electrons, not 1, in the next shell, in the outer shell. Okay, that's 2 marks. For our third mark, they've only drawn a total of 9 electrons, whereas there should be 10. There should be 10, not 9 electrons. That's shorthand for electron, by the way. Okay. There you go, 3 marks. Right. I think that's enough to say on that. All right, we've finished. Not a bad question. It's all basic stuff. Should be able to do all that. No problems, I hope. Good. I'll shut up now.